There we go. So for Lauren, for the boyfriend's job and career, let's take a look, see what's going on. All right, I'm going to aim this down and we'll take a look. We're going to do this in the Australian 10 style. There's push, push, push energy. Push, push, push. Pushing hard, pushing hard. The Hanged Man is finally getting some sort of release. Usually the Hanged Man is all about you have to wait, change your perspective, change the way you think. I think this has been already done. For this one, this is the one thing where a card in reverse doesn't mean a delay to me, because this one comes up reversed and the meaning of the card is delayed. The meaning of the card is holding on or a willing sacrifice. It feels like this has shifted, and I think that, yeah, the job is coming through. There is wisdom. There's an inner wisdom and inner knowing that needs addressed. Following the nudge is what this card is very much about. Also asking the right questions, going to the right space and place, coming prepared with the right questions. Anytime you guys are going for a job interview, don't just take it as a one-way street. It's a two-way street. When it's treated as a two-way street, it shows a certain level of respect, a certain level of self-respect, and it also piques their interest. It's not cocky to interview whoever is interviewing you. So that's what's coming up through here. There's inner wisdom that's coming through. Now in the conscious and the subconscious, we have the Death card. Conscious, there's knowing change, knowing end of one thing and going into another. And subconscious, we've got the Nine of Pentacles, the one in the garden that really, really has everything they could want, has the luxury, has the leisure, has all of that. Recent past, the Two of Cups, perfect partner. It feels like relationships are settled down in some degree. I don't know what this is about. It feels like there's also a little bit of Six of Swords energy that's been a little bit prior to that. It feels like last few months, a little bit of turbulence, heading towards more peace. Kind of finally, it does feel kind of settling down, going towards the smoother waters is coming through. When that comes through, when a card comes through to me like this, I call it the invisible card, and it feels like it's right under and right before. So once removed from this aspect of past, what's below this in the hopes and fears is the Three of Wands. This is the waiting and waiting and waiting. There will be a little bit more patience required at this time, but yeah, it's going to go well. Knight of Cups coming up in the future. This is the Dreamer card. This is usually the one that has the high ideals, high hopes. This is the one that sometimes can be a little unrealistic, but there's a certain nobleness in having the high hopes, the high aspirations, and the high dreams, and it needs to be pursued. It really bodes well for him. He's got the Star card right here in the time of now. So the transformation has happened with the Death. And then the Star of Hope. This is following the dreams. It's huge, important. He needs to scrutinize and look closely at whatever it is that he wants to achieve, wants to have. He needs to look at the details and look at where his assets and liabilities are. He needs to understand which of those liabilities can be converted to asset. Something that he thinks isn't so great about maybe, I don't know if it's the work history, but great about something in his past, in what he's done, actually has given him strength. It might not be something he goes around advertising, but it is something that you would know and that he would know that actually will bring strength forward. And it has to do with discernment, seeing things and honoring the shadow side in this. And this creates a little bit of fear for him. Don't let it be the case. Don't let the fear get in the way. Sweep the cobwebs out of the way. That's just old residue, old shit. When you know what it is that you've conquered with the fear, when you know, if you left a place because it was the right thing to do and you know your reasons are solid, that's not a bad thing to do. You just discern the environment. You read the room and you know what's best for you. So this is what's going on. The outcome is King of Wands. He takes a new lead. As the leader, he gets people involved, enrolled, and wanting to follow. This gets people really, really moving forward. This is huge. This is huge. What else do we need to know for him? The outcome's coming, and it's coming good. I think he knows that sometimes he tends to be a little bit more idealistic than pragmatic, and the pragmatics are important. He can use the knowledge of this and self-awareness to his advantage. Seven of Cups. Yeah, he knows he tends to be a little bit of a dreamer. Don't let him procrastinate. This is the time for him to move forward. Anything else that he needs to know? This one here. Six of Wands. The victory is there for him. Love seeing this. This is huge victory. He needs to honor the hero within is what I'm getting. He needs to honor the hero within himself and go ahead and go for it. This is a good thing for him to do. That's what I've got. That feels complete. Yeah. This is good. This is the Weird World Tarot, and it is very much a strange time for him indeed. But that's what I've got. This is what's coming through, and it's an important thing. It's important for him to recognize his own gifts, and the liabilities aren't necessarily liabilities to others. He might be a little hard on himself. He needs to understand the power that he has in order to move forward, because he's seeing something as a liability and it's not. It actually is becoming over time a strength to him. That's what I got. So that's what I got for you, honey. All right. All right. Yeah, I love that one. I loved it. You're welcome, Lauren. You are so, so welcome. You are welcome. All right. I'm going to get some water and we will keep on going. And if you guys want to get a reading, let Kim know. This is the list. It is open. The paid list is open. And this is how you can pay me: Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. And it's the @ A Feisty Butterfly, the $ THE, the Feisty Butterfly, and PayPal, afeistybutterfly@gmail.com. So that's what I got. Okay. Yeah, the list is open. Yay! It's time to do tarot. Can you get a micro mini today? Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I still do a micro. I will do one for you, Brandy. What's your question? Brandy is a regular in here, guys, for sure. So yeah, just go ahead and tell me the question and we'll just do it. And we'll get a little nosy. Why not? Why not? Will things change soon? We're going to the old world and we're going to take a look at this. We're getting something about this storybook opening up, the storybook from childhood. We're in the Tarot of the Old Path, I think is what it's called, but or Tarot of the Old World. But I'm getting storybook imagery. What is this about? I do not know I'm getting this. Give me a minute. You're following and pursuing something. I'm getting the old nursery rhyme of Jack and Jill. And you're following or pursuing something about Jack and Jill went up the hill to get a pail of water. Jack fell down, broke his crown. Jill came tumbling after. It's like you're operating like Jill. You need to pursue what it is that is your own dream. There's something about the Jack and Jill and following. You need to not be following. That's when they change, when you pursue your own path. So if you stop with the following, you do better. You're holding back a little bit. This is the card of greed, or holding back and holding on too tight to something that's out of date. They're not going to change until you let go of something. You have to let go of something. Then what happens is the 10 of Pentacles and then the 8. It's Pentacles, baby. This is breakthrough. This is generational wealth, breakthrough, legacy. But you have to let go of something old in order to get it. It will come in second nature. The work is there for you. The gift, the ability to do something you've done over and over and over that comes second nature, to rise above something and let go of something, is huge for you. 6 of Cups, yeah. Let go of nostalgia on something. Don't rose-colored glasses something. Just realize the offer needs to be equal. Realize that there is friendship around, but there is something new coming in. Page of Swords is coming in. It's like, durr. All right. Page of Swords is very much, has seen it, has witnessed it, has observed it, and is sometimes viewed as a bad communicator or gossipy stuff. That shit's got to go. Who cares what anybody is saying about you, or if it's gossipy shit, or if it's mean girl shit, or any of the old negative stories that we tell ourselves? It's got to go. It's got to just fucking go. You've got to move beyond. You've seen and witnessed and observed enough about yourself to carry yourself through. What's coming up next? Wheel of Fortune, Fate? Yeah. Fate is definitely shifting and changing, and Temperance is in the air for you. There is something coming in a very, very balanced way for you. Yeah, you're no longer meant to be in this whole nursery rhyme, this Jack and Jill shit, this old story shit. Does not serve. It does not serve. It does not serve. What is it she needs to embody? Fuck yeah, Page of Cups. Page of Cups is the one that gets the stinky fish tea, but they are the creative. They are the artist. They're the one that gets into the water, emotionally gets there, and is like, what the hell is this fish doing here? What's going on here? And what they're getting is more substance than what they asked for. They're getting something that is substantial and different. So that's what I've got. So yeah, that's amazing. Page of Cups coming through strong. You need to get creative. But yeah, it's time for a creative takeover for you. And yes, it's going to change. That's what I've got. That's complete. Wow. That was a little bit more than mini, but I needed to look. I got nosy. Okay. So if Kim, Jessica for a full. Okay. And I thought I saw something that just went by, but you needed to hear this today. You know exactly what needs to be left behind. Good, good. I'm so glad it was helpful. Yay, yay, yay. Yay. Okay. All right. So Jessica is next on the list. Is that right? And at Red Jessica, I'm trying to see Jessica for a full. And I'm trying to find where your question is, but my iPad is running a little stupid today. I keep checking it, and I'm sure it will come through, but sometimes it comes through slower than what it is. So Jessica, just a full. So I didn't see a question for that. So if you want just a full, I can do that. But if you have a specific question, I'm happy to do that too. So either way, if you want me to go into it cold, happy to do that. No problem. If you want me to go into it and get a little bit nosier, that's fine too. You're unsure how to navigate this coming weekend. You don't know how to behave. Okay. We are going to one of my favorite decks ever. This is called the Hanson Roberts Tarot. And this one, it literally will feel like it gets all knotted up if the energy is too tight in it. It used to be my friend Laura's favorite. It's called the Hanson Roberts. And now I have 3 of them. But what do you need to know about this weekend? About how do you behave this coming weekend? Let's see what's going on. Wow. This one definitely is great with tangles and untangles. I'm getting imagery of a big comb, you know, when you yank it through your hair. I'm getting problematic relationships that are difficult to navigate. You need to navigate from a point and a center place of peace. What's coming up is the Star and patience. So the Star is being true to yourself, true north, following your own dreams, but really staying in this healing water energy. What I'm telling you is stay centered, stay calm, stay balanced. Don't go from a reactionary space, just go from a very, very chill space. And then here we've got the 2 of Wands. This is planning, working together. This is seeing that the world is in your hands and seeing also what's on the horizon in order to move forward. Now let's see what's going on here. Let's get nosy. Okay. I'm getting this, it's like the wiggle squiggle lines of Aquarius sign. So Aquarius energy is coming in pretty strong. It's going to read a little bit different, honey. All right, we're going to read through this, see what's going through. These lines have to come through first, and I'm not sure why. I'm going to aim this down so you can see the hullabaloo of cards that is on my desk right now. All right. So this line has to come through. Even though I spread these out secondary, I did this squiggly line first. This is what you're trying to get to, but it feels like 2 poles are being stuck in the water. If you had somebody that was doing, what do they call it? Crew or rowing, and they're rowing and you have those 4 dudes in the canoe, in the kayak, whatever. I think it's just called rowing. I don't know what it is. But if they're not all working together, if they're not working harmoniously, then they're not going anywhere. This feels like paddles. It feels like 2 people that need to be rowing in the same direction. I don't know what it's about, but that's what the energy that is coming through. So that's what you're getting. There's a little bit of indecisiveness and juggling. There's finding your balance that's a little bit tricky. A decision needs to be made. A choice needs to be made. Balance needs to be found. The Star kicks in again. Now you saw the Star come in again. This is a 2, a 2, a 2, and the stars. It's definitely about how you make the choices and decisions. And even here, if you look behind, you see a little bit of this page coming in with a pentacle. It's really understanding your gift before you move forward. But you have to make this choice coming up. 4 of Rods. There's something happening in April that you're preparing for now. This is something to be wise, be ready, and celebrate, and say yes to. Don't be nervous going in here. Be chill, be relaxed, be peaceful. But the more you worry about how you present yourself, the more uptight and the more false it will ring. So this is really come naked. Skyclad, right? Come before things raw, unvarnished, truthful. That's what's coming forward. Yeah. Just bring it forward. Truthful, peaceful, healing. This is coming through strongly. Yeah. It doesn't mean that you have to be, like, this isn't the Star in the bad aspect in, like, taking up all the light. No. This is the one that's true north. Very, very true north. This is coming through strong. This is legacy, family inheritance, and wealth. And this is breakthrough time. For me, this always comes, there's an inheritance left behind, but there's generational patterns and things that come in generation over time that stack, 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 and build. These are things where there is legacy involved. How do you want to make your mark? And then the perfect pairing is coming through. The perfect partnership is coming through. There's something that really is coming through evenly met, evenly matched, evenly met. This is coming through. This is one person. This is their whole assignment right there. Boom, 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 boom. All right, I'm going to get these cards off the deck. We'll see what's going below here. Here's where the pivot is here. This goes up here. All right. Oh, there's something about the traditional way of doing things, and there's a willing sacrifice of time being made. You have access to something that's really quite good. It feels like you want that access and want things to open up and flow, but you can't force the river to widen. Okay. When things widen up, when things want to open up, if you have a stream that gets wider and wider to the river, over time it will widen up. It's not happening just yet. So you can't force more water through. If you have a very purpose-built canal, like a farmer's canal, an irrigation ditch, agriculture canal, you can't force it. You can open up the flow a little bit, but you can't force the capacity of things to move through. You need to be patient with this. This is a time for sharing. This is a time for giving and receiving, and a time for charity coming through. This is what it is. You need to allow the flow to be there and you to be in and among the flow. You can't force or push. If the irrigation ditch in the farmer's situation gets too high, then it's going to flood everything. You've got to let it flow in the natural way. There is minor adjustments you can do, but not huge. Queen of Pentacles is saying, know your worth, know your value. She's the one of abundance. She always knows how much she has in the pantry. She knows her worth because she's taken the time investing in herself. This is what you continue to do. You can hold your boundaries in a tender way. It's not being defensive or bitchy or overly firm or even overly aggressive, to just hold your boundaries. Be true to yourself. This is huge. Be the main character energy in your own life. This is important for you coming up. Now, there is something about Page of Swords. You feel like people are observing, feel like people are watching. Don't worry about what they say. If you get yourself caught up in worrying about what others are going to say, it won't go well. You need to know and witness and observe a thing or two, too. You need to be, just like I was saying about that job interview. It's a two-way street, sister. It's a two-way street. So if you're going to give somebody your time and make an investment to get to know them, and they're making an investment to get to know you, it's a two-way street. It's not just a one-way street. So don't think that it is. And it's not like it has to be difficult. You just show up as real as you are. Show up truthful. Show up unvarnished. Show up warts and all. And what they think beyond that, it doesn't matter. You are showing up as you. That is the best thing that you can do for yourself, for those that surround you, for the situation coming forward. And it doesn't mean you have to be aggressive. But if you feel like laughing and you laugh, and sometimes you laugh so hard that you snort, then go for it, if that's how it goes. So let the truth come out. Let the truth be unvarnished there. That's what I've got. Then you've got a little bit of this bully in the battlefield, and a little bit of this energy where sometimes it feels like there's defeat, or sometimes like people just want to prove their point. People have a huge need to be right. If people come across and they want to debate, or they have a huge need to be right, or people could argue about anything. They could argue about religion or politics or the color of paint on the wall, or the sky is green and the grass is blue. People could argue about fucking anything. You don't have to be caught up in it. So be peaceful. Walk the way of the peaceful warrior on this one. Walk the way of the peaceful one. You just be you. You don't have to convince them of a damn thing. You have to be in your own presence, in your own energy, bringing that fully. Okay, next thing out, Knight of Rods. The one who goes through like the bull in the china shop. Sometimes even this one gets a bum rap. He's the one that hurries and is excited and moves forward in huge energy. But a bull can't help being a bull, right? It's not the bull's fault that he's in the china shop. It's like, how'd he get there in the first place? If the running of the bulls was happening, if you're the shopkeeper, wouldn't you shutter your store, right? So this is like your excitement, your energy of excitement needs to be allowed to come through. Okay, now we need to go to this second line that came through, so we're going to flip down to that. So, okay, here we go. Flipping down, flipping down. Second line, this feels like a very much a person B, so just take it as a person B, or another aspect to be considered, and this is what's coming forward. We've got the Queen of Swords. Ooh, she's coming in bitchy. Wow. She gets a bum rap as the bitch, and ice cold and judgy, and boy, fucking boy, she's coming in bitchy. She thinks she's right like 90,000% of the time because, 89.9,000% of the time she is. Now, if this is coming in as external judgment, if this is somebody just wanting what's fair, or if they're just coming in cold, some people are misread. Like if you have a kid that's on the spectrum, somebody that's autistic, they're not going to be exactly the warm and fuzzy like you would expect in a case that is more often seen. This cool temperament, don't argue with this one. Not worth your time. She'll think she's right. People will know her as the Queen of Swords. They'll know what she's about. If you're the Queen of Pentacles and this is the Queen of Swords, you don't have to win this person over. You don't have to win this woman over. Who even cares? Just understand that that is her nature. That's how she is. And just kind of keep distance. Keep respect for her being her in 100% how she's supposed to be, okay? All right. Yeah, not everything needs to be warm, fuzzy, and cuddle bunnies, cuddle bunnies, cuddle bunnies. No. Coming in with a lot of bitchy energy. You know who she is? You know who that is? Okay. All right. Just let it be. Let it be. If she's guarded, and in this one she is armored to the hilt. If she's guarded, there's reasons in her world that she's guarded. Have compassion, but you don't have to play nicey nice and cutesy cute, and you don't have to appease this one. You just have to speak truthful. She honors that. What is truthful, what is real, she honors. And she doesn't need any kind of power struggle, any kind of nonsense. She's just not going to be in the mood for nonsense. And she might come off bitchy when she's trying to be efficient. Just be aware on that one. 7 of coins coming in and the 6. The 7 is evaluating the harvest and the 6 is that give and take and sharing. There is definitely cool evaluation happening of how somebody gives and receives and how the giving and receiving is done. And I'm telling you, whether somebody else is evaluating or not, look at how these cards are reflecting over here. This one's coming through again. You show up as the main character in your own life. Enjoy what is available for you in this moment, in these few moments, in this next little bit of time. But enjoy being yourself in the next few moments of time. It's not a contest. It's not a competition. It's not a race. It's your life. And you are giving your presence to those around you as they are. It's a give and take thing. It's very much a share and share alike thing. But honor their presence as well. It's not that one is better than the other or anybody is more special than the next buddy. No. The tower has to fall. And something about this feels like an old structure, old tradition, old belief system has to fall. Just because lightning is striking the tower and you can see it doesn't mean you have to say anything about it. This is going to happen. Death is going to be here. There is a transformation happening. So you don't have to point out the fucking obvious for these people. Not your job this time. On this particular weekend, she's going to be aware of what's obvious. She doesn't need anybody pointing it out to her. She needs graciousness, but not meekness. It's respected when it's graciousness and it's authentic. This is what's coming through very, very strongly. Not meekness, but graciousness. There's a difference. Allowing for them to be them just as much as you would like to be allowed to be you. Now, going forward, pass the bull in the china shop. There's going to be a little bit of snipe and gripe energy around. This is the card of the mean girls. It's competitive energy, competitive agendas, competitive ideas. I say it's like the piñata party, but the piñata is the beehive. You wouldn't do piñata with a beehive. You just wouldn't do it. Like, everybody around would see that. But these guys are so busy arguing with each other in their snipe and gripe that they're hitting the beehive and everybody's getting stung. So if you see this, you walk back. You walk it back. You walk it back. You keep your distance and you keep your agenda. You keep what's important to you. You don't see the Knight of Rods riding through with 5 different wands. It's not his job. He has one particular thing. This is what's going on. Temperance is being called for going forward. This Aquarius energy, it is a little bit like, not so much turbulence or rough waters, but there is a little bit of bounce on there. That's okay. Temperance is coming out. This is a balancing. It's showing strength in the way that you come across as balanced. There's healing here, and there's this energy of alchemy here. Energy of balancing, alchemizing, and transmuting something. 7 of Cups. So many choices. Don't forget, you have all these choices. You don't have to procrastinate. But no, this is a choice of where to spend time and who to spend time with. It's not the only choice. You aren't limited in options, and you need to be aware of that. Be aware of who you share your dreams with. And be aware of listening. In this particular moment, as you're going forward into this, use both your ears. 2 ears, 1 mouth. God gave us that for a reason. that kind of cliche has a lot of truth in it. You can share a little bit of the things that inspire you, a little bit of your dreams, but also be listening. People love to be able to be truly listened to with full attention. That's important, and it doesn't happen enough. And somebody, if they want to speak their dreams, let them speak their dreams. It doesn't mean you have to share or relate a story that is similar with you at all. Listen, let them speak their dreams. You will learn a lot. In this particular case, it's not procrastinating, it's observing. There's a keen observer going on behind your eyes. You're taking more in, and the information you get and receive, it's not just what you see, it's not just what you hear, it's also how you feel. So let that magic person in you, the magician in you, let the transmuting of that happen. All these different emotions, all these different thoughts of how something should go. You're not the only one with an idea of how something should go, or you're not the only one nervous about how it should go. Just be as authentic as you can possibly be. All right, Wheel of Fortune kicks in. Huge, huge, huge. Something fated to learn. There's something there where the tumblers are going to fall into place. Yes, fortune is favoring the bold, and the bold is right here. The bold is right here. That keeps her true north, that understands. When you keep your own true north, people can't keep you from it. When you keep your own sense of self, people can't keep you from it. It's not like you have to even defend. You just have to be. Yeah, you just have to be. There's something about this, the words that want to be written and the authenticity that you bring forward is important, and it's huge. It is coming forward as somebody being so authentic isn't always seen. Somebody being so truly comfortable in their own skin isn't always seen in the world, and it needs to be honored. This is something you can bring forward and show them that you're pleased with who you are as is. This is a generational breakthrough. It's a reminder in a way that serves well, and it's part of the legacy. How do you want to make your mark in the world? How do you want to leave this weekend? It's something you don't necessarily want it to leave with a bad impression, but if you don't worry about impressing them, and if you don't worry about the impression you'll make, rather if you worry about what can you bring, what can you offer that is truly from your heart, truly from yourself in a good way, then it's going to be a good thing. It's going to be successful. This is what's coming through. The magic is happening, and then there's a looking at something that's coming in time. And this is huge. We saw that card on the other one here. We saw the 10 of Pentacles come through on this one. And we saw the 7 somewhere in here also. I don't know where we saw it. Oh, there it is. On the other side. So this one, just be fully yourself as much as you can. It's huge. And this is they're evaluating, but so are you. And it takes a little bit of time. The magician's in the house. You already have everything you need, honey. There is nothing that is lacking in what you're doing. There is nothing that you aren't ready for to do, to carry through, to move through this weekend, to move through this upcoming time. Nobody else can be you as good as you can be you. And this is something that when you do fully, it is a gift to everyone around. Some people have never seen anybody do themselves that way. Some people are only used to plastic people, plastic people, plastic people. Some people are a little bit befuddled when somebody comes through authentic and raw, but that's what you're being asked to do. Come through authentic and raw. That's what you partner with. That's how you plan. That's how you move forward. That's what I've got. That's complete. All right, that's what I got for you. I hope that helps. Holy smoly. That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me get a little bit of a drink, and then we'll see what's coming up next. You are so welcome, honey. You are welcome. No problem at all. Yeah. Warts and all is the way to go. And it's not that you're being offensive. You're just being real. That's all. All right. Kim Hunter, full of spiritual gifts, pinch. Okay. Sandra for a blind. So Kim, will you let me know who's next? I saw Sandra's come through. I'm not sure if Sandra is asking for someone else or asking for self. Blessedly saying, Red Jessica, I'm so happy for you with this. Yeah, I am too. I think that's great. Okay, so I think Sandra's is next for a full. Let me. I saw it on this one, so let's see. It just flashed. One iPad is definitely smarter than the other iPad. It's a little bit slow, and Brenda paid for a blind too. Okay, Sandra for a blind, and then I guess Brenda. So Sandra for a blind, and then Brenda. A blind in a pinch. Okay. Kim, is it a blind and a pinch or a blind in the pinch? Sandra's saying a blind in the pinch. So you want a pinch and we'll just see what's going through? Okay. Okay. So, okay. We're going to start with the pinch this time and then we'll go into the cards. Sandra, I'm getting the image of tight pants, hot pants, 50s, Olivia Newton-John and Grease. Yeah, things are feeling a little too tight. So tell me about it, stud. That's coming through. Don't know what that's about. That's wild. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a lot. Let's see what's coming through on this pinch. Flipping it down, flipping it down, flipping it down, flipping it down. See what's going on. So tell me about it, stud. There's something about timing coming in right. You don't seem to even understand, but this Phoenix energy or Swan energy, call it either or both, it's right here. It's big. There's fairy on the moon. There's all kinds of gifts around you. These fairies are very sprightly, coming through with attitude like Nell coming through. This is coming through also. This is fairy energy coming through. I don't know if you can see this. I can flip it. There's fairy energy coming through right here also. It's time for you to have this very fairy energy around you, this sprightliness, this, tell me about it, stud. A little bit of smugness is coming through. This is, how do I put this? This is smugness and a little bit of a cocky attitude that should be there. That should be a little swagger, a little strut in your step, a little wiggle in the jiggle of your hips. You betcha that's coming through. It is time to own it, to work it, yeah. Tell me about it, stud. This is what's coming through. I do not know why it's come through, but it is definitely time. There's something about loyalty coming through here. This is loyalty to self and a playfulness. The dog energy is coming through. Let me put this back down to here so you can see. Yeah, this one knows what it's about, knows about the play. It's bloom where you're planted energy. Also protected time. There's keys going forward. There's keys to abundance going forward. This is huge. There's speaking your truth. It's important. Knowing what you know and honoring that coming forward. You have sun, moon, and stars coming through here in a huge ways. Be at peace with what's going on. There is something coming through in the heart. There's been a transmuting. You've got the blue heart here, the blue in the flower, and the blue in the rabbit. There's something about the truth coming forward, and then going your path. And this is like, it feels more Pegasus than horse right here, but this is what I'm getting. I'm getting Pegasus energy. The wings are there. The ability to travel quite a bit. This is a growth spurt, honey. Something about feeling the vibration on the web that you felt for a long time. It's trembled. A growth spurt is not too far in the distance. This one comes through and it feels like time on the horizon. The key is being abundant within self for a period of time. On the horizon, something new is coming in. This is huge. And this is a protected time. You've got, you can call it guides, angels, guardians, whatever it is, whatever the divine spirit is connecting with you in a certain kind of way. And there's two in particular. There's also this sense of playfulness. There is people that are helping, and in the distance on the horizon, this is coming through. This sense of cockiness is not arrogance. It's just about time you let your hair down and play. It's about time you really honor the groove of your own hips. This is the dance time. This is the time where if you're the one that dances completely weird, who cares? You're dancing and having a great time. This is what's coming through. You have your own song in your own heart and your own dance in your own hips, and you need to honor the motion that comes through. You need to honor whatever comes through in the movement, in the path. You're not off chart. You want easier answers than are there because you like to have things known, but it's not the time for control. It's the time for a little bit of risky, a little bit of vulnerability and a little bit of edginess coming through. That's what I've got there. Now let's see what the blind has for you. Okay, I'm going to put these charms back away. That's the charms there. We'll see what the blind has in the cards. Just give me a second. All right, 1 second. Wow, we're going to find the Cowboys and Angels deck in just a second. I can't get this lid off with these charms in my hands. Go figure. Duh. Okay, 1 second. All right. Where did that one go? Oh, I see that. 1 second. Yeah, really? Okay. It's just this one and only this one that's coming through. Now, you guys know I have bajillion cards over there, But this is coming through as the only deck to be in for you for this. So we're going to see what's going on. Wow. I'm getting, you guys will probably know this. It's an old 80s song. It's like, I don't know the lyrics on something like in a western town in Mazatlan, Eastern girls and Western boys, something like this. It's very much Old West energy coming through. It's the Cowboys deck, and in the Western, I don't know what that's about, but this is coming through strongly, strongly. There is something about your wild nature that wants to come through. The android says, I'll seek the truth, and the gunsmith says, I'm adaptable and will use what I have to face any challenge. This one you would think would get the shot every time, get it right every time, get the shot right every time. It's the android. The gunsmith does it better. The gunsmith doesn't just sling the guns, she makes the guns. She knows how to shoot. She knows how to shoot really, really straight. She knows her trade, she knows her craft, she knows the details of something, and she definitely knows how to sling. Very interesting. Bartender. Now this is coming through. These energies of knowing what you create and how you create, also knowing where and when to listen, now knowing how to accommodate, knowing how to host. This card is saying, I give others support and listen with empathy. Yeah. These feel very reflective of you at this time. Very reflective of you. Again, we've got the audacious curves coming through. It's important. Honoring the curves is coming through. West End Girls. West End Girls. Pet Shop Boys, 1984. Yeah. The Henchman. This is like, don't go to the club alone, right? If you're going to say, tell me about it, stud, you need somebody that is one of your girls there to help you. You need your besties close somewhat. Keep you like a little bit out of trouble that you don't need. Yeah, really, really wild. And this says, I'll collaborate with others to achieve amazing things. You need your friends around you. The ones that really get you, the ones that love how you bring it forward. They love when you get the hot pants going and you're like, all right, I'm ready. I'm going to dance tonight. They're going to be ready. What we have here. The line below, it feels like subconscious below the surface. This is what's going on. We've got the shapeshifter coming through. And it says, I know my true self and am comfortable with who I am. And that's what it feels like. It feels like leaving some of the other behind, leaving some of the stuffiness, the uptightness, leaving some of that behind, and being just comfortable in your own right is important for you right now. The scientist says, I'll share my creativity with the world. Your creativity is in your logic, in your way of, just because somebody's a professional organizer or somebody likes to do things in an orderly manner doesn't mean they're not creative. They're creative as hell. They might even be able to see how systems can go in place and do it in a really, really good way. Sometimes people with a lot of logic or a lot of organizer type of energy in their personality can be misunderstood. And the creativity needs to come up a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger to help balance this. The creativity of personality, not just the creativity of logic. You need to bring both aspects of that up. There is a sense of play. You might have very good reasons, but people might perceive you as coming off a little bit stiff, a little robotic, when really what you're doing makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. And this is something that you need to be aware of. It's not anything that's crazy. You need to be able to be free to be yourself, express yourself in a more authentic way. But you don't have to explain your reasoning to everyone. You don't have to explain all of your logic to everyone. What you need to do is kind of go with your own flow, a playful way about it. All right, ranchers coming in. Ooh. This one says, I nurture others and watch them grow. Now this is the energy in you that is, I will survive. This is the energy in you that has very feral mama bear energy, for sure. And this is asking you to get a little feral about your own self, about playfulness, about authenticity gets so overused, about raw. It's coming through raw, a little less edited, a little less refined, a little less cleaned up. More like, bam, bam. If something fucking pisses you off, it fucking pisses you off. And it's not the time to be like, well, that sort of makes me a little unhappy, uncomfortable. No, let it fly is what I'm getting. Let it fly, let it fly, let it fly. And then you're getting the navigator. Now, this is something very interesting. It says, I take control of my own destiny. This is somebody that knows their power, knows their logic, knows their reasoning, and knows how to move forward. The knowledge is here. The knowledge is here. All the aliens are here. Interesting. Subconsciously, the aliens are super strong in this line. I'm going to flip this so you can see this, how it flipped down. This came here. This came here. This one was over here. So these all come right here. And these are all the top line. This is the conscious. This is the subconscious, okay? These are all what you think. This is what maybe is above the surface that shows. Subconsciously, this logic. It's time to flip, invert. Do a little bit of different. This is why you need your girls there, your wingman. Yeah, your sidekicks. You need them there. Anything else? One more that brings it all together. I'm getting the word luscious. This is the word that needs to come through. Luscious. I'm not sure why. The hacker says, I will prioritize what's important to me. That is a luscious thing to do. That is a defiant thing to do. To prioritize what's important to you. If you've been taught to prioritize everybody else, it is a brave, defiant, and bold thing to do. It's 9 of Coins energy, where she luxuriates in her own garden, where she sends things out to check here and there what's going on beyond the boundaries, but she knows to honor herself. This is coming through. It's like, honor your own lusciousness, honor your own sensual self, your own beautiful self. All of this needs honored. It needs to be, whatever thing that you do that is a self-critical or self-criticism thing, just give it a vacation for about a month. That would help a lot. Yeah, you need to understand your own luscious self. Really, really, really enjoy and revere that side of yourself. Okay, that's what I've got. That's complete. Let me get some water and we'll see what's next. Okay. Next I'm seeing Brenda and Krista. So if you let me know. Oh. If this isn't my Lilith in the 8th house in the North Node, I don't know what it is. Sandra, thank you so much. Sorry, wouldn't let me tag Kim. Oh, gotcha. Okay, Brenda for a blind. You got it, Brenda. 1 second. I know which deck I want. I just need to find it. 1 second, honey. Oh, come on, you buggery thing. Where are you? I think I have it in the small and even in the big. I wanted the map, but if I can't find it, I'm going to have to get something else. But I wanted the map. There it is. Is that it? No, that's not it. 1 second. Oh, this one. Fine. It's not the map, but we'll get the small and the big. One second. There it is. The map. All right. So I wanted this, the enchanted map. And then we're going to get the animal spirits for the small and the big. So that's what's coming up for Brenda. Now, this is a Colette Baron Reed Oracle deck. And it's called the Enchanted Map. And I took the boundaries off this. And then they made it without the boundaries. And it's like, finally they made it without the boundaries. So I have 2 of it somewhere. But it's like, okay. This is what we want, 1 of, and then 2 of the animal spirits. So there's a sense coming in that there are guides around you. They're very, very different kinds of guides. Like guide A is different than guide B. They're both like on like your spirit team, your spirit squad, whatever you want to call it, the angel team. They're there for a purpose. But I have 4 that I work with when I'm doing tarot, and 4 that are around me pretty frequently, and they are very different from each other. but they're all rooting for me. They're all helping me achieve what I need to achieve. And this is what it feels like is coming through for you. Okay. So we're getting the magic prayer, the magic stream, strength, and ride the wave. So this is what we're getting here. Let me flip this so you can see them. And what I'm getting in the magic prayer, it isn't the words that you say, it's the magic prayer. It's almost as if this is a person, the prayer, the one that's doing the praying, the one that's doing, offering to the universe and asking of the universe and getting in connection with the flow. This is the strength. This is an offering that needs to come through. The magic prayer is when the intention is there. It doesn't matter how you pray or cast a spell or send up the words that you want for your guides to come help you, whatever it is. When the intention is there, it's backed. When the intention is aligned, the flow is easy. Then strength comes through riding the wave. When the intention is there, if you can see on this one, you can see the very, very top. It's like the fairy is riding the dolphin. Hopefully you can see that right there. That's what's coming through. From the dancer to the rider coming through, very much strongly coming through. Now, what else do we got in the middle of this energy? Okay. All right, coming up for a second. Totally a different kind of energy. It's like you're coming out of a deep freeze, a deep time of hibernation, of withdrawal, of being pulled back. This feels 17 and it feels like a date. You can take this as St. Pat's or you can take this as mid-month of this month and of April and of May. Yes, that's accurate. Take it as the mid-month of April, May, and particularly in March. It feels like the time has come to get it out of the deep freeze. Now, if you pull anything out of the freezer and want it to thaw, it just doesn't happen instantly. Even sometimes if you put it in water, it still needs time to thaw. This is what's coming. Something that has been backed up and blocked needs to flow again. Puzzle pieces here. Hang on. So if you need to thaw something out, if the spirit needs to unfreeze, there are parts of self that need to be allowed to be mischievous again, to be playful again, to ride the waves again. There is a risk that needs to take, and it is a strength. You're going to have to dance it differently. You're going to have to honor self. Your intention about a certain situation that you cannot control or move beyond is enough. The intention that you have to do it in a way that is truer, not necessarily better, but do it in a way that is truer, that is more authentic, that is more you. Do it in a way that is more rightly aligned with you is coming through. Your intention, the intention of your good heart needs to be focused on a little bit more and sent out to the world. And this is the magic prayer. This is the magic pray. When you have your intention and you thaw out the frozen parts, you take out the shards of ice that have hurt or made your heart kind of cold and allow the thaw to happen. You need to let the spring energy come through you forward. Yes? Okay. Yes. The ghost lances does indicate that there is a little bit of haunting from the past or energy tied to the past, and it's time to let that go. And it really does feel like the flow is coming through. Really, really, that's the strength. You're allowing yourself to do differently and allowing the emotional energy to move through you in a different way. It's very pleasing. All right. Okay, we've got two of the littles and unknowns, and we're going to go for two of the bigs, but we've got skunk spirit and ant spirit, and it says time to collaborate. You already knew that. Skunk spirit, know your worth. This is something you've known for a while, but time to collaborate. Skunks sometimes don't think like they would be the most collaborative, but they really can be. They really can be working together. It's just you need to know where your boundary is, know what's going on. This is important for you right now. And in the bigs, whether this is siblings or friends, the power dynamic has shifted. I don't know what it's about, but it definitely has. It's definitely shifted. Something about this like, oh yeah? You sure you want to go there? And it's like, okay. Really, really. You're more mirthful than you've been in the past. Then you've got stag spirit and electric eel spirit. Of course you do. Stag spirit coming through. It says, take the lead. You know how to honor that, how to do this. Yes, absolutely you do. And then bring your ideas to life. This is what you have been percolating on, even though it's been frozen, frozen, frozen. Things that are below the surface are now coming through. Why? Because the thaw has happened. There's a thaw in your heart where you can see someone who they are, accept who they are, flaws and all, and it's just like, that's just them being them. It's not so personal. It's not something that is as capable of damaging as it has been in the past, and it doesn't mean that this person's gotten any smarter. It means that you've gotten smarter in handling them. This is what's going on, and if you need to zap them, you'll zap them. If you need to be out of there, you'll be out of there. But you are definitely in charge of your own boundary for sure. Whether it's the scent of the skunk or the horns here of the stag, you know how to handle yourself with this. It's a little bit different now, and that's why you can write it a little easier. That's complete. Holy cow. That was a wild one. That was a really wild one. Yeah, that's what I got. All right. So I'm putting those away to the side. And then we have next Krista 2. So Kim, can you clarify that for me? You're welcome, Brenda. You are welcome. That was a funny one. I had a hairstylist once, and she loved skunks. She thought they were the friendliest, cutest thing. She had skunks in her yard, and she just did not care. And she had a big backyard and all kinds of flowers, and they're like little cats. They're so cute. And I'm like, I am glad you love and appreciate them. I will keep my distance. Krista Ree, a full spiritual gifts and a pinch. Okay. Krista, we are going to the Sacred Rose. Very different energy coming in. For Krista, about the spiritual gifts. What does she need to know? Okay. You had one come by last night, stunk up the house because the window was open. Yeah. I'll be riding in the car with Phil, and it's like I can smell a skunk from like 10 miles away. And he's like, what are you talking about? It's like a skunk. And he's like, what? So, yeah. All right. Krista, spiritual gifts. What I'm getting really strongly is the treble clef. And also, okay, yeah, 1 second, Krista. We're getting this. Now, this one looks like an inverted treble clef. It's the Zebu angel language cards, and this is the symbol for gratitude. So this is the way I'm gonna lay it out. I'm gonna lay it out like the gratitude symbol, and then we'll do a secondary deck, and we'll bring it in as the treble clef. So give me just a second. The gift you have isn't unknown to you. The gift that is your spiritual gifts is not like you're seeking to find. You're seeking something that you already know, already have, and it's time for it to be enhanced. Now, this is an interesting thing for you. It's like the resilience that is coming through strongly here in this card is not seen as a gift. This is usually the one where it's the burden, the burden, the burden, and the resilience of the soldier. There's both happening in this card. I've got the 9 and the 10 coming in here. I've got the old school Rider-Waite 9 in mind, where he's got the wounded head. This is the crown chakra, the knowing coming through. And then how you move the pieces of inspiration around is a gift. A knowing how to discern. It's like you know how to frame something. You know how to be, if somebody were doing a puzzle, it would be like somebody knows to put the framework around first. This is what's coming in. This is not the first card I laid down. This is the last card I laid in, the gratitude symbol here. This is what came through. It's the last card I laid. So we're going to put this down. That makes sense? Good, good, good. Yeah. Many, many inspirations coming through. So we're going to just go around and unveil this, and then we'll do the other one. Because this is where we're starting. So if we're starting on this card, we're starting at the center right here. Even though I laid it down and did it this way, it's this way. So, okay. So we're going to flip books on this. Flip pages on the past. You understand this card? We're going to this 5 of Swords. Don't rack yourself to do this. Don't put yourself on the rack. You don't have to undergo something excruciating to understand what is spiritual. Sometimes people think, you know, they need to do it and it needs to look a certain way. It needs to be a certain level of blah, blah, blah magic. The magic in the everyday is what you see, what you have the gift to see. You have a gift in making things approachable and easy to get in touch with, and it should not be dismissed as any lesser than anybody else's gift. if somebody is really an excellent, excellent medium, or excellent at cleaning house of ghosts. I don't know why I'm putting this, but if somebody's a ghost cleaner and their job is to get ghosts to move on their path, if somebody's an excellent medium, that's no less valuable than the ghost cleaner. If somebody's gift is to see the spiritual in the everyday, that's no less gift than the ghost cleaner. You don't have to have yourself on the rack. It does not need to be dramatic. It needs to be, you're on the field that you need to be on. Now, usually we see this as the battlefield, and somebody needs to be made to feel right, or somebody needs to tell you to do it right. Okay, in the land of the TikTokery, we'll often see people saying, well, if you see a medium do this and this way and this way and blah, 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 blah. Do not let anybody ever dictate the truth that you know that is your spiritual truth. It doesn't need to be held up to another's way of doing, another's way of seeing. You are no more or less connected than they by virtue of being on planet Earth. Spirit had to shoot in, sperm egg collision, you're here. Spirit had to shoot in there. And if you think that we shot in here without any help from the other side, no, no, no. We have help from the other side. And our spirit is here to do our own thing in our own way and not anybody else's way. And when we let go of needing to do it by somebody else's terms, that is when we are very, very successful in honoring our own gifts, plural, gifts, plural, in honoring our own truth, walking in our own truth, and seeing the spirit as approachable. That's when we'll understand the signs that we've been ignoring. That's when, instead of like, my mom will send me a bird. Today there was 5 in a tree. For me, that's my 5 sisters. There's 6 siblings, but 5 in a tree, that's me and my sisters. My baby brother is at the end. So I know what that is. That hasn't been around very much recently. It's been bird here, bird there. It's when we'll happen to see things out of the corner of our eye, when we happen to see things that we know instantly what the message is. Instantly. Don't doubt that. Do not doubt it. You know what you know. It's not a battle. The 3 of Wands comes through. Your ships are coming in, and there's not just the ships that are on the horizon. There's ships that are far past the horizon we can't see. There's a patience coming in. There's a halo on this one. The patience that you have with yourself and knowing that something that you have been working on is coming back to you, and trusting that what you put out is coming back, and putting it out and coming back. It's a process, and it doesn't end. It is like the ocean itself coming through. It is like the ocean. The ocean, the wave comes in and then goes back, and then comes in and then goes back. Your gifts are coming in their own right time. There will be ways that certain clairs will flood you at one point, and then other clairs will flood you at another. It's okay. This is how it is intended to go. We didn't come down here just with only one sense. We came with our 5 physical senses, our 6 spiritual sense, and then waking up all of the clairs. They're going to wake up in a scatty-womp kind of way for you. That much I can tell you. And it's not meant for you to dismiss. It's almost like if they didn't come in scatty-womp, you'd be overload and go towards just one. They want, yeah, okay. A Renaissance man and an eclectic witch or an eclectic artist, they draw from all kinds of different things. They draw threads from all kinds of different things. Not everyone is supposed to be just the master of one. It's better to be more Renaissance in what you do. It's better to do this balanced, more evenly, more eclectically, honoring, open up all the senses that you can. Experiment and explore with all the senses. Keep your foundation stable is what I'm getting. Honor what it is that you know in your heart. This is not so much saying greed. It's hold to what you know. Prize what it is that you know. Intuition's coming in strong. March is a very, very interesting month, and it's chaotic for many, but this is a month for some, and you are among those, that it is a month meant to be of the heart and of self-expression. You are very much to be working on your heart chakra, understanding how to open and close the different chambers of your soul, the different chambers of self. Yes. If you want to focus on a certain clair, it's not wrong to focus on a certain gift or a certain clair, but the one that you gravitate to most naturally, start there. And I say the one because there are many, but the one that stands out to you today, start there. Tomorrow, it might be a different one that's standing out. Honor that. Start there. Start there. Yeah. There's something about the shimmer of this. It's like this needs to be understood for you to be like green silk, green satin, the way light reflects and shimmers and flows. There needs to be a lightness of heart that is also soft, that is also strong. Okay? All right. Justice coming in. This is blind justice on this one. And this is a balancing of the scales, a balancing of what's going on. The clear cogs are going to come on. You're going to just know. And that one's one of the hardest ones for you to understand, because you think, is this my own thought or is this something else? How do I just know this? And it might be something you just know about a certain situation, and you might not even speak it to anybody. You just know, and you see something coming down the track and you're like, okay, I'm just going to keep my eye on that. I'll just keep my eye on that. And then boom, 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 boom. Okay, yes. Yes. So I was doing this earlier today, and it's just for funsies, okay? It's just like an exercise for funsies is what I can say. What I was doing is I was playing some music and listening. You can tell Google to play whatever song you want to do. Play it for fun. You're just shuffling your cards, shuffling tarot cards or whatever. But this is what I was doing. I was playing Google songs, shuffling my cards and saying, okay, tell me if you can see the energy of this song, or can I see the energy of this song in tarot? And when I do that, if the song is a country song about betrayal and, oh, my dog has died and my girlfriend ran off with my best friend and blah, 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 you're going to see the Three of Swords come up, right? That's the most clear example. If you get Jolene from Dolly Parton, you might see the red-headed card come up. You might see the Three of Swords come up. So play with it. If you keep it playful, this is how Spirit can teach us most easily. It's why children learn so fast. It's why children love to play, because they learn most fast this way. The clear cogs will come in that way too. Don't doubt the knowing. Just be like, clocking that? Okay, clocking that. And it can be one sentence. You write it down, write down a date time stamp and leave it somewhere. Just leave it. That's going to be coming through a lot. Nine of Swords. There is a little bit of overthinking that comes in with the clear cogs, and that needs to be let go of. Anxiety and worry and blah, blah, blah. You can know a truth about a situation and not have the ability to change the situation because you see it coming down the pike and it's none of your business to change. It's none of your business to do differently. That's your struggle. You do it all the time. Yeah. If you can see shit coming down the pike, it doesn't mean that you're meant to prevent it, but you're meant to see it. You're meant to know, and you might be able to navigate a little differently because of it. You might be able to prepare a little bit differently because of it. Sometimes the weather witch doesn't get to control the storm. Sometimes the weather witch smells the storm and knows to go inside. Okay? All right. And other people like, this sky is totally clear. There's no storm on the horizon. You know what you know. All right. Four of Swords. This is saying rest, retreat. This is also reclaim, restore. This is go within, and reclaim. Okay. All right. Mo is coming through at Reclamations Department. How may I help you? This is like as if she's doing a Post-it note. Reclamations Department, and she's giving me the gesture. She's not showing me what's on the Post-it. Reclamations Department, how may I help you? It's like Veronica on TikTok. That's kind of the attitude she's given, but it's like reclaiming your power, writing yourself a certificate of what you want to claim for yourself. Reclamations Department. It'd be like, I claim blah, blah, blah gift on this day. And so it is. That's all there is to it. Doesn't need to be tricky. So, okay. Yeah. Reclaim, renew, restore, retreat. Retrieve, Ange. Retrieve, Ange. I need to tell you, it's about you retrieving something. You pulling, it's like, it's already there. It's already yours. In the cubbies behind Mo is like, sort. So if you are coming through and saying, yeah, I left my key to room 12 there. I'm in room 12. Can you give me the key? She'll be like, blah, blah, blah. Here's your key. Boom. You already have that. Okay? It's already there. Okay. King of Cups. This is allowing compassion to come through in a really strong way. Now, the Queen, she's the most intuitive of queens, right? She sometimes gets a little bit lost in the cup, lost in the dreams of the past. And that needs to be kind of let go. She does dream again. The king, he's out there riding the waves and enjoying the motion of the ocean, enjoying the way the surf moves. Totally, totally fine. Detached enough from any one particular outcome that he can understand the current. This is what you're learning to do. Six of Wands. Victory is there. This is claiming the victory. Claiming the knowledge, owning the knowledge. I used to not like to say that I was psychic. It used to be a little bit, I was not raised to claim that. I was raised very conservatively. So to claim that I'm psychic and say, well, I'm a psychic or I'm a tarot reader is a big deal. A big deal. And so I used to be a little bit shy about that. I think I've gotten a little bit less shy about that. But if people ask you what you do, and you say, I'm a tarot reader, I'm a reader, I'm a psychic, then there is in some corners of the world a lot or a little bit of judgment about that, but you can't not claim it. If that's what you are and it's how you're wired, it is. And especially if spirit is giving you the nudge to claim it or pronounce it so. It is so. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. You guys know what I say on this. So yeah, drinking game, slow ride, take it easy. But this is the one that's most prepared. He's got the shield in this one. It's about the shield and not the canteens this time. It's the shield. It's been forged by his own self. It's been forged with his own truth. The shield that you have around you, the protective bubble that we sometimes do as light workers and blah, blah, blah. It is of your own creation. The shield that is around you, the things, room 12 and 15, and I'll take room 17 also. They're all mine. You reclaim, retrieve. Reclamation department, how may I help you? Claim it. You've got this. It's already scripted on the shield. When you write it into the claiming space, when you claim this gift, it comes up abundant, it comes up huge, and it reinforces what's already been packed in your kit since before you were born. These are all the cups with all the roses coming through beautifully, 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 beautifully. This is coming in with the purity from the past, and this is going past life for me on this one. The gratitude of the gifts that you've received already, the gratitude of the path that you walk on your own, that you knew you'd walk on your own, that you knew you would need to do, and you're walking the way of the sage, carving it along on the staff, writing it on the shield, claiming it so, claiming it so. I want to go to the smaller deck now. We're going to go. What is that? We're going to the treble clef. Yes, yes. Your clairaudience will want to come online. There will be something that you can do that helps get you centered and helps get you more clairaudience. Now, some of the things that I do is I'll use tuning forks or I will use singing bowls and just enjoy the resonant sound. And it's something that helps clear and ground. There's things that you can do in your own right that are really, really like that. Your clairauds will want to come on a little bit more and more, which means probably you'll get lyric drops, things like that happening more and more. All right, we're going to see what's going on. We're going to make the treble clef now. So this is the reverse of gratitude. Instead of being, I'm so happy and grateful for things that I've received, this is you offering up, okay? Not every card will be as important as the other here. And I am not really great at doing this. I don't know if it goes... How can I not know? Okay, all right. Okay. All right. It's reading in a very different way, and the harmonics are reading different. It's very, very different. What's reading here is these four are coming out strongest first. Don't betray your own intuition by thinking about it over long. Change your perspective. Allow yourself to take the leap of faith to move through to something, to honor what it is that is the intuition, to do away with the old, to let it go, let it go. Let the old way of doing go. Let the way that comes natural to you come forward. Know your own truth. Carry your own truth. Evaluate what is being blessed and poured upon you. Let go of what people try to wrestle out of your control and wrestle out of your hands. What other people try to wrestle away from you, or when other people tell you, no, That's just blah, blah, blah. That's coincidence, blah, blah, blah. And other people, by that I mean other voices from the past that try and remind you of something, that tell you something isn't so, when it actually is known to the bone for you, is known to the bone for you. The Hermit has the high harmonics coming through because you've blown down a tower. You've knocked over and destroyed and thrown out what was traditionally built up, built up, built up. This construct has to go, has to go, has to go. The Hermit knows it. The gold is underneath it once the tower falls. So once this tradition has been knocked aside, the cornucopia comes in heavily, heavily with this big shield, with your shield coming in strong, strong, strong. Something that would chain you to the past would hold back your own strength from you, and you're strong enough to recognize what that is. Recognize the voice that is not accurate. The voice is the life from the past. It was understood from their perspective. And for them, maybe that worked. For you, it does not. You've completed something. You've gone forward. Magicians in the house also. This is something you having, finding, discovering, and utilizing your own magic, manifesting, calling it forward, calling it forward, calling it forward. And damn the rest, however it may be, it does not matter. It does not matter. It matters that it resonates with you, whatever it is. Maybe you weren't raised in a generational line of woo-woo people and witches. Maybe you were raised in a very conservative. Whatever it is, the magic is loaded within you. You came fully loaded anyway. This is a huge thing. The independent woman is there. She knows her worth. She knows her value. She knows when to spend time to luxuriate in the garden, to be separate from others, to be on her own, within her own realm, doing her own workings, doing her own bindings, cuttings, rituals, singings, prayings, doing her own hearing and knowing. These are the things that she knows. Her cornucopia just needs spilled, and it can be spilled at any time. The flowers in her hair are so rich. The blossoms and blossoms and blossoms that unfold and unfold and unfold. It is like you have opened the gate for something that will not be kept from you any further. So just do it a little at a time and understand this. Understand you cannot keep back this flow at all. There's no way to keep it back. Queen of Coins knows her value. This is what is something for you to understand that will keep you stable and grounded. Also bringing forward the square here, the square of stability, the square of the Four of Coins, the square of Emperor, the number 4, the stability, look for 4 for 4. This is something that is stable in you. The element of the alchemist is stabilizing. The magic, it's like when we have basic chemistry, we know if we throw vinegar with baking soda, we get that fizzy, fizzy, fizz, and it cleans things really good. We know that's the reaction that's going to happen. We know when you combine element A with element B, this is what happens. You know inherently when you combine magic A with magic B, this is what happens. And it gives you a sense of truth, knowing, understanding that you bear very, very strongly. It will have you be intuitively strategic without having to think and overthink something or analyze and overanalyze. You just need to trust and move with the flow in a way that celebrates who you are. This is what's coming in strong, strong for you. Girl, you're crazy gifted. You're crazy gifted. And because it comes through in an everyday format, sometimes you think, well, that's not really anything. Yes, it is something. Not everybody has the gift to be able to listen and to hear, or to hear the lyrics or know the lyrics, or to smell the smell on the wind, or to smell the storm before it arrives. Not everybody has the everyday gift. I mean, we hear about everyday common sense, blah, blah, blah. There's also everyday witchness that's very, very eclectic. I don't know what else to call it than that. You're very Renaissance in what you do. You're very eclectic in what you do. And however you do it doesn't need to be stamped and approved and certified by anybody else. It needs to be claimed by you, and that's it. That's all. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. And so it is. So mote it be. Right? Right. That's complete. Holy smokes. And this is the Sacred Rose Tarot. And this is the one that my aunt was reading the very first time I had my cards read. And that's why I wanted to go to this one. It was the very first time I had my cards read. And that's when I started reading, is when she got that phone call. It interrupted. She said, where was I? And I started reading the cards then. Boom. So honor your gifts as they flow through you. Honor what it is you love to do. Honor what it is that appeals to you. Because that's the universe getting you, off and going, off and running, getting the training wheels on the tricycle and you're loving it. Then you take the training wheels off. You told your daughter that the creator was tired of people not listening, and right as I said it, big. You hear that? Lightning struck next to your house. Yeah, yeah, yeah. People need to open their ears and listen to their gifts and share their gifts and come from the space of love and light as much as you can. It doesn't mean you don't have shadow. Everybody, we all have psychic gifts, and we all have light and shadow. Shadow is there to teach us. Shadow is there for us to understand ourselves a little bit more so that we can then offer more compassion as we go forward in the world. So yeah, lightning struck next to your house. Love it. Love it. Yeah, pay attention to lightning, guys. It's very, very interesting. I used to watch the storms and drink cocoa with my sister and watch the lightning in the sky. And then as an adult, I would take my daughter out. We'd sit on the steps of our little apartment. She was really small. And we'd watch the rainstorms and watch the rainstorms. There's something about it, and you can see the energy switch. You can see what's going on. You can feel it. And I think it's a good way to get in touch with yourself, with your own spiritual self, when there's that much going on. You appreciate the message so much. Well, good. I'm glad it helped. Glad. You're such a storm watcher. Yeah, it's important to do. And just because you know the storm is coming doesn't mean everybody will go inside. Or just because you tell them, hey, wear your jacket today, they're going to be like, Mom, whatever. All right, whatever. List is clear. Okay. Well, then maybe we will just, and a pinch. Okay, we'll do a pinch. We will do a pinch. See what's going on. Okay, what I'm getting is, before we even go in here, look for like the calendars, look for images, look for graphics. This is going to come through a little bit differently for you. Okay. Flipping it down. This is coming through. This is like, you need to be looking for all of this as if it were signs. You're going to see all of these in a short span of time. So some of them, this is diamond. You're going to see this, and this is not going to be clear glass. It's going to be colored diamond, like a fake diamond that you sit on a desk. This is coming through, and it's colored. Again, color green and color red coming through strong. Christmas gifts coming in strong. Heart needs opened up, and really, really passionate rooting, and strength needs coming through. Look for those things. You'll see it. You'll see it in an image. All of this, for whatever reason, you're going to see this in imagery, and you're going to see it within the next month. It's coming through bing, as a way of affirming and confirming. Feathers you're going to see. Feathers. This sometimes comes in as a quill, but this comes in as feathers. Whale tail, and this is coming in as whales. It's just coming in as straight up whales. Whether it's whale song, whatever, whales. This is coming in as whales. Birds, you're going to see a lot of birds. They might be doves, they might be pigeons, but you're going to see a lot of birds. Something about a baby shower that's unexpected coming through. And this is a parasol or umbrella, but you're going to see something about this, and this is baby shower energy coming through. Something about the winter melting away. I'm getting Frozen. You're going to have some reference to the movie Frozen coming through, even though it's not winter anymore. You're getting the Let It Go and Elsa energy coming through on this snowflake. I don't know what that's about. It's very coming through as very connected for our time, less than what it usually is. The silhouetted cat. It won't come through in pink, but you will see the silhouetted cat, and the whiskers are a little bit more important than the pink on the cat. The whiskers are coming through. Don't know what that's about. A mechanic. The wrench is coming through. This is coming through. You're going to see a wrench. You'll see an actual mechanic. You might see somebody by the side of the road fixing their car. Your house, your home. This is something big. And this is also kindergarten art coming through. This is something coming through. Schoolhouse, Little House on the Prairie, schoolhouse. And kindergarten art coming through here. God love Texas coming through here. Oh my gosh, Brahma bull. Don't know what, that's the weirdest one yet. Is this Brahma bull? Longhorn steers, long whiskers here. Yeah, Fu Manchu type. I don't know what it's about. I hope I'm not being offensive. I say Fu Manchu, but I don't know who. Long mustache goes like this. Very wise and kind of Asian persuasion. I'm not sure what that is. And then we've got this extended antenna, extended mustache antenna, whiskers antenna, bull's antlers antenna. All of this extended antenna you're going to see everywhere. Harmonics, you'll hear it. Why are you getting this? You need to pay attention to when the hair stands up, whether it's not always something is bad and the hair stands up on the back of our neck. Sometimes our own electricity in our own body will stand up. Like this winter, it's been dry, and I guess I've been building up extra static electricity. So I've been getting shocked when I touch the fridge, when I touch the countertop, when I touch anything. And I noticed walking by the fridge the other day that my hair just moved. So you're going to notice when your own electrical system is changing, you're going to have a sensitivity. Your antenna is longer than what you thought it is. You're going to notice the harmonics of situation before you enter the room. Yes. I'm trying to get this little guy picked up. What we've got here looks like guitar or cello or oboe or violin, whatever it is, but that came up right by this. You're going to notice the energy, the harmony of a room before you even enter it, right? You've got the treble clef and the instrument here. You've got the song and the instrument. Both of those things need to come together. The song can just be in somebody's mind or be written in somebody's mind. The cello, yeah. You've got the song and the instrument coming together. You're going to notice the harmony on the room before you even enter it. You'll notice it before you, like if you're going to a Mexican restaurant and you're like, I'm going to have the best Mexican food. And then you're like, you get in the parking lot, you're looking forward to it. And you're like, nope, something's off today. Something's off. Cook didn't check something right. Not go in there. Don't even bother going in. Your instinct will be right. Don't even go in. You'll know. Or it could be just the reverse of that. It could be you pull up and you're like, the best chef is working today. This is going to be the best Mexican food I've ever had in my life. You'll know. The silhouetted cat is coming through again and diamonds on her tail. Yeah. Everybody wants to be a cat. Da-da-da-da-da. They know where it's at. I don't know what's going on with that. What is going on with that? Yeah. It's like you've got diamonds on your tail. Everybody wants to be a cat. There's a way of... what is that? Stand-up bass. And everybody wants to be a cat. I don't know what that's about, but that's coming through. That's you. You're that cool cat coming through, and you'll see something about that effect. You'll have that come through somehow. I don't know why, but you will. Yeah, that's what's coming through. It's coming through as if you could have a calendar, almost like an advent calendar, and pop open this, and surprise, there it is. Pop open this. There. That's what's coming through. So that's what's coming through. Aristocats. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. So that's what's coming through. It's kind of wild, but that's what's coming through for you. You're going to get symbols and signs like very, very rhythmed, very, very in sync, very, very in touch. Open your eyes and you're going to see things popping everywhere. It's why you need to slow things down a little bit for yourself, for your own sense of sanity. Slow it down. You don't need to be... look for the signs. They're everywhere. But if you look for the signs all the time, everywhere, you got to stay sane. Keep yourself grounded. Anything else? Yeah. I'm getting back to this instrument, and whether it's a cello or a bass or whatever it is, the bass line. Yes. God, it's taking a while to get this. I'm getting that music coming through from everybody wants to be a cat or something. And it feels like the bass, like somebody's doing a stand-up bass line. And if you go to a stand-up bass line or you go to a song or music and get the bass line of the place, you'll know what the bass line is. This is something that's a skill you have to understand bass line. Not just in the musical terms, but also of the energetic field that's there. That's complete. That's a cello. Krista plays cello. What I'm telling you is it's a bass line. You may play cello, but you got to get the bass line of how your system works. So if you're in the medical field and you get a bass line, and it's like, this is the bass line of the heartbeat, the bass line of the pulse, the bass line of this. It's that. Now, whether you're playing it on the cello or you know what basses are or whatever instrument it is, think of bass line as in music, but think of bass line as in data field, information. What is your baseline for how you want your gifts to come in or how much you can tolerate before you need to get back into You can't just be top heavy all the time. Your antennas are big. You've got to be able to rein it in sometimes. Have that shield available for yourself. Have that circle with your scroll around your scripted work around. Yeah. Yeah. And if there is something that you play on the cello that helps you get very, very centered, do it. Cello usually accompanies the bass line in the orchestra, and it resonates like the singing bowls. Yeah, yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, okay. Love it. Love it. That's what I got, sweetie. That's what's come through. Holy smokes. Yeah, that's what I got. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. All right. Well, I think that's probably going to do it for me today. I think I'll be back Wednesday at 11 is my plan. So I will see you Wednesday. That was amazing. Good. Good, good, good. If you guys have any other like off the wall questions, I can talk for a minute or two more, but then I'm going to let these rest. Probably have some good and plenties because the licorice was good for the vocal cords. This was absolutely amazing. Yeah. You know what? We forget how amazing life is and how amazing it can be. Sometimes the chaos of the world gets so damn terrifying we forgot we signed up for the roller coaster ride. And we did. And it's exciting and it's crazy and it's so, so good. So, so good. So look for the good, look for the excitement, look for the fun, look for the joy. This is something that helps lift and keep the vibration. It helps keep the grid in place. It helps keep our light for us too, to do that. Absolutely so need the reminder. I think maybe we all did a little bit. So hopefully that helps, guys. All right, I'm going to let you go for today. Much love. Mwah. See you guys later.